Welcome or welcome back to At Home with Dia. If you're new here, I'm Dia, and in today's video, I will show you some quick, easy holiday decorations for adding seasonal style to your home. Now, you may want to go all out and fill your home from top to bottom with seasonal decor, but if you're on a tight budget or you have limited time, a few holiday touches dispersed here and there is all it takes to make your space look more festive. So if you're interested in getting some ideas and inspiration for this holiday season, keep watching. Following, I will share 7 quick and easy ways to inject a festive style into your home without breaking the bank. I will share ideas for those of you who enjoy a punch of color, as well as those of you who prefer a more natural inspired look. I will also show you some elegant styles for inspiration. First, I will take this slim vase that has an interesting ribbed pattern, but any tall vase with a narrow opening will work well for this arrangement. I'll use some pebbles to give it some weight and stability. I'm using branches I got from my tree, but if you don't have access to your own tree, you can buy artificial branches from Hobby Lobby or real ones from your local grocery store florists. After placing the branches in the vase, I thread ornaments onto a long, thin ribbon. These are spaced out so there's enough ribbon on either side of each ornament to allow me to tie them onto the branches and create a simple bow. Using a see-through ribbon like organza gives a light, airy look. I disperse the ornaments in a way that emphasizes the branch's shape. This arrangement looks lovely, but to complete the look, let's style this console with complementary decor. The book color matches the vase. The wood plate and candle riser pick up the brown color of the branches, and the combination of red berries and green picks tied with the same red organza ribbon adds variation. A white decorative oval dish with pine cones further unifies the overall look. When creating a styling moment, try to repeat colors at least twice and use different shapes and textures for an interesting arrangement. In this example, the white color of the vase is repeated in the book and the marble oval dish. The color and natural elements of the branches are mimicked in the brown plate and pine cones, and of course the red berries complement the red ornaments. This is just an example of how you can combine simple material and decor items to create stylish arrangements that can be used on a console, low cabinet, or sideboard. Now let me show you how you can take this idea and give it a different look using other colors and materials. This time I use larger, lightweight silver ornaments and tie them to the branches with a single knot using a bright gold ribbon, which I will trim and fray the ends for a casual look. To create a different styling moment, I'll use a thrifted bowl which I DIY'd with more of those silver ornaments and some small gold ones. This way I'm repeating the colors again. To round off the arrangement, I'll bring in a set of 3 candlesticks, also thrifted, that were originally black, which I transformed by applying European gold rub and buff. So here is the same concept in 2 different colors and looks. The next idea is for a more earthy look using natural elements. I'll be using oranges, cloves, and other items you may already have in your pantry. And yes, a nail will make it easier on my fingers when working on the oranges. I use the nail to punch 5 holes along one side of the orange and then repeat the process on the other 3 sides. This will create a cross pattern around the orange where I can insert the individual cloves. On a couple of oranges, I will do an overall fuller pattern. This is a great craft to do with your kids, so they can enjoy the holiday decorating process with you. For the oranges that have the cross pattern, I will use a mossy green satin ribbon as a nice accent. Fold the ribbon in half to find the middle and place it at the bottom center of the orange. You can use small pins to keep it in place while you work through the process. Tie a single bow and repeat with the other ribbon to create a double bow on the top part of the orange. I created a couple of oranges that have a clove pattern around the whole orange without any ribbon, and an odd number of oranges with a cross pattern and bows. Next, let's use some nuts. In this case, walnuts. I'm also adding some cinnamon sticks to create a nice bowl arrangement. The interesting shaped bowl adds a nice contrast to the more natural elements, but any neutral colored bowl would work great combined with these items. Use the nuts as filler, placing some of them under the oranges to lift them up a bit. The cinnamon sticks add a different shape to the mix and give off a lovely sweet aroma, as do the combination of cloves and oranges. A couple of cedar clippings, or in this case artificial cedar picks, complete the look. So let's see how this bowl can be used to style 2 different areas in the kitchen. This bowl arrangement can be placed on a kitchen island. Again, I use the approach of color repetition in my styling. The wooden serving board matches the brown cloves and cinnamon sticks. The vase and candle base match the color of the bowl, and the greenery ties in with the cedar clippings in the bowl. This same orange bowl arrangement can also be used on a kitchen counter. A cutting board looks nice against the backsplash and hides the ugly electric outlet. Adding a cedar clipping and the same ribbon color gives the board a more festive look. Layering in a couple more cutting boards in different shapes add variation. A candle vase with a wood base complements the brown colors in the bowl, and adding another pantry element, this time coffee beans, matches the dark brown of the cloves. The white flameless pillar candle ties in with the bowl, but adding a white marble mortar and pestle finishes off the look. As the bowl arrangement sits on the counter, it will give off a subtle scent of orange and spices and make your kitchen smell amazing. Next, I would take a vintage stainless steel serving bowl and use it to create a nice candle arrangement that can sit on a console or a coffee table. I picked up this small flocked wreath on sale from Hobby Lobby for a couple of dollars, and it will be a great foundation for this arrangement. I'll use some small ornaments and the same see-through organza ribbon to create a simple but impressive combination. I tie a single knot, arranging the ornaments evenly around the wreath, letting the ribbon add a flowy, casual look. Place a tall candle or glass candle holder in the center of the serving dish and then pop the wreath around it. And just like that, you have a nicely decorated candle arrangement. Since we're on the topic of candles, let me show you two more ideas using thrifted glass vessels. This is a medium-sized glass vase with a wide opening. I'll add some Epsom salts to simulate the look of snow and then place another pillar candle in the middle while adding a bit more Epsom salt around it. Again, I'm using cedar clippings and use a fork to push them into the snow. I'll add some berry clippings for color. Cut the leftover berries and sprinkle them around the candle. To make it easier to demonstrate, I'll pop the vase on my handy dandy Lazy Susan. Look at it from all angles and add a bit more cedar where needed. And there you have another super easy candle arrangement that you can use on a counter or anywhere you want to add a festive look. Next, I will take another thrifted glass vase filled with Epsom salt and pop a pillar candle in it. If you prefer not to use Epsom salt, keep watching because I have an alternative option. I'm using another flocked wreath and more of those red ornaments. I've bought a pack of these small ornaments on sale from Hobby Lobby for only $3, and I've been using them to create multiple arrangements. Bend some of the wreath branches down and then use thread to hang the ornaments in 2 different levels. Here I'm using 4 in a longer length placed across from each other and another 4 in a shorter length positioned in the same way. Next, I pull a few of the wreath branches upwards and adjust. I'm adding more ornaments to the top part. You can use floral wire to attach them to the wreath, or you can do what I did and thread them into the individual leaves. So here is the final look of the tall candle arrangement. And here are the 3 different candle arrangements that can be styled together on a table, console, sideboard, or even separately in different parts of your home. But as I said earlier, if you don't want to use Epsom salt for the elevated candle arrangement, here is an alternative. Find a small dish or bowl to fit the top part of the vase so the top sits just above the rim of the glass vase. Pop your candle in it, and just like that, you have an elevated candle in a clear vase. Next, let's make it even simpler by using things you may already have and just tweaking them a bit to make them look more festive. This is an arrangement I have on my counter for most of the year. It looks nice, but not very festive, so let's make some easy changes. I'll use the same pot and artificial greens and add some of those red berries. I keep the frame because it has a nice wintry looking photo, and then I add the same round box with a red bow, and instantly the same items look more seasonal. Now let's try another look. This time a seasonal decor item like a little reindeer figurine with a red bow around its neck and a small ceramic dish with gold ornaments make this corner look holiday appropriate. And here is another color variation for a different look. This time we will play with gold picks, the same reindeer and a glass lidded bowl with some gold wrapped chocolate treats. Very simple, but still festive looking. And since we're talking about sweet holiday treats, let me tell you a little story. Growing up, my mother didn't really decorate the house much for Christmas, other than a small Christmas tree that I was tasked to decorate with tinsel and a few decorations. But what she did do was always decorate the dining table and coffee table with an array of homemade traditional holiday treats, dried fruit and nuts displayed on silver platters and in crystal bowls. This was such a special time of the year when family and friends came to visit, and she always wanted to have delightful treats for them to enjoy while sitting in the living room or around the dining table. This time of year, it is nice to remember those traditions, even if in our busy lives we don't have time to spend hours preparing a variety of home-baked items. Even if you're using store-bought sweets, you can use these edible items to add a holiday flair to your home by displaying them in a way that makes them extra special and festive. So I always like to lay out my mother's hand-embroidered runner and set up lidded glass vessels so I can add chocolates and treats and embellish them with berries and ribbon. These containers are vintage and handed down to me by my mother, but you can find similar ones in stores or even at secondhand or thrift stores. And just like my mom, I will place some napkins and some small bowls so guests and family feel free to help themselves. For items that are not wrapped, I will place small tongs or a spoon with a ribbon around it to make it easier to pick up the treat and place it in a small individual plate. And just like I style everything else, I combine the colors and add some coordinating embellishments. I can keep these on the table or sideboard or move them to the coffee table when guests arrive. This is a lovely way to welcome guests and also use your edible arrangements as festive decor. So there you have 7 quick holiday decorating ideas to add a festive look to your home. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and also please let me know in the comments below which of these styling moments was your favorite. Remember to subscribe and follow my channel for more practical tips, tutorials, and inspiration for decorating your home. See you next time. Bye for now.